Hello guys, Sujara speaking. Welcome to Bedtime Stories, episode number 138. And today I read you my little going book about Dolly Parton. So let's read it now. So shall we? So we got my little going book about Dolly Parton by Deborah Hobson, illustrated by Monique Dog. Anyway, this is a little going book series. Here we go. This is a country music stylish. Anyway, the editors would like to thank T. Dolly Gord, editor and publisher of DollyMoney.net, for assistance in the publishing of this book. This is a Golden Book New York release. Copyright 2021 by a lot of it's 2021. Anyway, but yeah, there you go. On that. Anyway, she was born in Dolly Rebecca Parton on January 19th, 1946, in a one-room cabin in the foothills of the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. Okay? Dolly was the fourth of 12 children. Wow. Okay? Each morning, her daddy went off to work, carrying her lunch in the battered old dinner bucket. Her mama cooked and cleaned from sun up, okay, pronounce this word, sorry, to dark, bed mud clothes and stitch quilts by the light of the Carlson's lamp. Her family might have been poor, but Dolly's life was rich, but with music and love. Wow. Makes more sense now, anyway. But, great enough to make more sense in this book and tales, but, that's just me. Next page. Anyway. Dolly and her sisters and brothers made their own fun. Anyway, for the time she was little, Dolly pretended she was a star. Wow. She perched on a wood pile of should in the cabin's porch, okay, to perform the chickens, okay, the ducks and her little brothers and sisters. Wow. Makes more sense in any way. Sometimes, though, her audience just crowd off and wander away. Wow. One chilly fall, okay, Dolly's mama made her a special coat for colorful scraps of cloth. Wow, okay. Kids at school call it a bunch of rags. Wow, okay. The teasing made Dolly sad. I felt worried for her 100%. Anyway, but she wanted to take off her coat. Wow. She knew her mama had sweaten each tiny stitch with love. Anyway, when she grew up, Dolly told the story in her famous song, Coat of Many Colors. Which makes more sense in any way. And that makes more difference between the songs she's singing and things like that anyway. Next page. Anyway. Dolly also loves butterflies. Wow. Flirting and flying the sea. So free, something like that. One day, when she was a child, she followed a bright orange monarch and got lost in the woods. Wow, okay. Suddenly she heard a bell. And it was a family cow, Bessie. Dolly ran over and grabbed the leather collar her daddy had made for the animal. Dolly hung her on tight, stumbling through the briars and bushes as Bessie led her all the way home. Wow, okay. Dolly a bit like the beautiful butterfly herself. Gentle and colorful, okay? She lights up on the stage in the fancy outfits. Okay. And she enjoys showing off her gorgeous, glamorous wigs, okay? W-I-G, that is. Anyway, even though she all grown up, Dolly still makes her own fun. Wow, makes sense in any way. But butterflies, Wow. I can make sense in any way. So there you go. She loves her dress, so there you go with that. Next page. Anyway. Dolly was only 10 years old when she began her appearing on local radio and television shows. At first, she was real nervous, but then she took a big breath and sang from her heart, just like at home at Woodpile. Her dazzling smile and clear, high voice charmed everyone. Wow. Dolly was on TV before her family even owned one. Wow. Makes sense in any way, Dolly. And, it was great and all. That's just me. Next page. Anyway, as a girl, Dolly set her sights high. She dreamed of singing on stage at the famous Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee. Okay? From there, people all over America would have her on the radios. I want to be on the Opry. Okay. Dolly was the only 13 when country music legend Johnny Cash introduced her to the Grand Ole Opry. That was a big time. Wow, okay. Dolly stepped up in the microphone. Wow, okay. She sang for God and for her mama and daddy and for all the people who believe in her. Everyone loved Dolly. Wow. Makes sense in any way to people have loved Dolly and maybe kiss her and anything for little kids and things like that. Born in the 40s in any way. Late 40s. Next page. Anyway, as the high school graduation ended, Dolly declared that she was going to Nashville to become a star. People laugh but that was only making her more determined to succeed. Wow. The very next day, she hopped on the bus to Nashville with just her guitar, her songs, and a few belongings packed in her free paper bags. Wow. I felt like happiness to you, Dolly, at this point, It's just, you're great at it, by the way. Next page. Anyway, on the first day in town, outside Wishy-Washy Laundry, Dolly met a handsome young man named Carl Dean. It was a love at first sight. Wow. 2 years later, Dolly and Carl decided to marry. They have a small, simple wedding and have been together ever since. Although they never have children in their own, Dolly and Carl opened their hearts and home to help raise some of Dolly's younger brothers and sisters. Wow. Makes sense anyway. And because of that, it was great to see the book look like this in the book. But besides this point of Dolly Parton, wow. Great to see Dolly and Carl married, That's just me to see what happens. Next page. Anyway, years later for their 15th wedding anniversary, Dolly and Carl decided to make up for their simple way. They marry again, and this time, Dolly wore the Cimarron gown, okay? They got in the RV and they went on a camping trip. Wow. Makes sense in a way, even though Carl and Dolly is just, I don't know what happened to their children or whatever, but makes sense to me in any way. Next page. Anyway, after Dolly and Carl first got married, Dolly kept working hard. Before long, some of the songs became #1 hits. She started to win big awards, including top female country singer of the year. Dolly didn't limit herself to one kind of music. She made a big splash in pop music as well. Since Dolly loved performing, one day she decided to try acting. Her first film, called 95, is about women like her who worked hard to success. Dolly wrote the movie's title song, which became a huge hit. Wow. Makes sense in any way, book, but you know what? It's great to see Dolly make her own style as an actress. You know, that's just me. Next page. Anyway, Dolly never seems to run out of ideas. She has written more than 5,000 songs. Wow. It's no wonder why Dolly's list of awards for songwriting, music, and acting fills many pages. Okay. She has changed country music, and she has made television shows and written books as well, which I'll talk about a little bit, but in some bedtime story episodes more than I don't know. We'll see what happens. Dolly's one of the most hero-honored American performers of all time. While with being a creative person, she is a successful businesswoman. Each year, people thought the Dolly would. Okay, her theme park was the Smoky Mountains. Dolly was brought jobs to the area and is honors the music and traditions of the people who live there. Wow, Dolly was one of them, man. You know, just to make sure if it's cool enough. You know, just makes sense in any way. You know, that's just me and everything. Now I'm going to finish off this with 3 more pages in the book. Anyway, Dolly also helped in other ways. Okay? Out of love for the father, who never got a chance to learn to read, which is my point of view, Dolly Parton does read and wear glasses, you know. And, yeah. She began Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, which makes sense to me. Each month, Imagination Library sends free books to more than millions of preschool children, which is good enough. Love doing that. But anyway, in America and all other countries around the world, wow. Faith, hope, and love are the 3 most important words in my life. I have to agree with Dolly Parton 100%, you know. This is good in your health, big time, Dolly. You know, that's just me. Now, we gotta move on to the last page. And that is, of course, like the butterfly she once bought as a child. Dolly's childhood father alive. She began by singing a woodpile, but now the world on their stage. She has never been afraid to but be herself, to raise her voice to help others. She was current no one else, and when one thing is current, everyone loves Dolly. Wow. That sells it, book. That sells it. So that was my little going book about Dolly Parton. What about this book? It was amazing. I highly recommend you check out this book because I don't listen to much country music. I'm more of a heavy metal, classic rock, and children's music fan, you know. But this is my recommendation to you guys if you love Dolly Parton. But anyway, and that was the Bedtime Stories, episode number 138. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be Bedtime Stories, episode 139. I'm not sure what it's going to be about, but we'll see what happens. Till next time, Sue Jarvis and Bye. Peace out, baby. We'll give over this episode. Till Wednesday out. See ya.